Oh, good evening. We are learning new details tonight about the man charged in that deadly stabbing on the Appalachian Trail.
Deputies say a man was killed and a woman seriously hurt when they were attacked with a machete over the weekend. And according to court documents, the woman played dead in order to survive. The suspect, James Jordan, made his first court appearance in Abington today. That's where a federal judge ordered the 30-year-old to undergo a psychiatric evaluation.
Investigators say he has also threatened hikers in North Carolina and Tennessee, releasing a photo just last month. 10 News reporter Lindsay Kennett is live tonight. She's in the New River Valley. Lindsay, what else can you tell us about this attack?
Police cannot release the name of either of the victims, but we are learning more information about how deputies tracked down James Jordan. Now, the same tactical team that found the suspect trained here today in the New River Valley. They say they do prepare for emergencies in rural areas, but that trail this weekend made the mission tricky.
The Wythe County tactical team has to be ready for anything. Shootouts, standoffs, and the call that came in early Saturday morning. A man with a machete threatening hikers on the Appalachian Trail and possible injuries. Assistant Tactical Team Commander Chris Coleman says they used GPS to track the SOS ping from the victim's phone, hiking 4 miles in the woods at night to get there.
Communication was horrible. Cell service was, especially back at the command post, was 0 because you were down in a hole. The higher we got up on the ridges, we were getting spotty cell service, which helped somewhat, and radio service was the same thing, spotty.
When the team reached the trail, they found campers and saw a dog belonging to the suspect, James Jordan. Just yards away, they found Jordan when he yelled out to authorities not to shoot his pet. The team found the machete and the victim nearby.
It was a gruesome scene, definitely out of a horror movie.
It appeared like he had been deceased for a while.
Sheriff Keith Dunnigan later learned how the female victim from Nova Scotia escaped.
She played dead, and he left, and that was her moment. She decided that she was going to get out of there.
Her escape even more terrifying when she ran into 2 bears.
She's covered in blood, but she didn't know where the guy that was chasing her, where he was, or if he was still pursuing her. She didn't know. So she had to make a decision, so she chose to scream, and then she took off even harder.
Despite the challenges, Dunnigan and the deputies were proud of the team's quick response.
It can be very, especially the stress involved in it, can be overwhelming sometimes, but we try to stay prepared for that.
The tactical team is recruiting more members, and they want to buy additional GPS units and two-way radios to improve communication. Live in the New River Valley, I'm Lindsay Kennett, 10 News, working for you.